welcome and welcome to our booth. If you just arrived, I take this opportunity just to tell you there are plenty of innovation to discover. I can see the energy is like, ooh, this has been a long day, but we have really very exciting news to share with you and also innovative experiences. And you can also, of course, dive into all the different areas of the booth. I will talk about that later. So let's talk about what we are here right now, the agentic AI at scale, our company's digital concierge. So let's welcome our speaker, a digital product line owner, corporate experience, Cyril Zaidan. Of course, yes, a great applause, please.
It's the last one. Give us some noise. We're all tired.
Are you ready for this?
No, that was not good.
No, not for Cyril.
You can do better.
Are you ready for this? Oh, that's a lot better. See, Cyril, we said we'll do a little bit of challenge together for this last session. So, Cyril, let's say you're not exactly a stage actor, although, from what you just done, I think you have a little bit of a, let's say, roots for that. But the rumor has it that concierge helped you to prepare this introduction. Tell us more.
Yes, actually, I'll show you in a minute. So you might not hear it if you don't know me, but that's not my normal voice. I'm losing my voice from screaming because it's very loud. But actually, before knowing that I would lose my voice, this was not scripted. We actually played with concierge, and as you can see on the screen, I asked concierge to help me present itself to you.
Let us see. Hi, Cyril.
So as you can see, this would have come perfectly handy as I'm losing my voice. If I couldn't speak, I could just be on my mobile app asking concierge to do the presentation for me. It's a good news. I still have some energy and voice in me today to help explain what we're doing with concierge to all of you here.
So indeed, you took this bold challenge to use concierge as you created it, along with a big team. So last year, we were already here, and you said to me this was a dream. You were just starting this new app. This year, it came into reality, I understand. Tell us.
Yes, so we started concierge with a very simple statement. Our employees told us we have more than 3,000 tools and apps. We have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of websites, documents, knowledge, processes all over the company. And I'm sure we're not the only one. It's not only at Sanofi, it's everywhere. And last year, we had the proof for that. We also know, in a nutshell, from research we've done with our users, in essence, they're struggling to get answers and get things done. A story and a sentence that struck with me and the team for, I think, a year and a half now, was someone I'll call Victoria from R&D, who told me I was hired to do science at Sanofi, and sometimes I find myself doing a full day of looking for a process or a form to fill somewhere. So this was the challenge we presented at VivaTech last year with a prototype. Our CEO was here, and I was like, be careful what you say. It's a prototype. We don't know what we actually be able to do. And since then, a year later, it's actually a reality.
And he's actually using it.
And our CEO is actually
Paul
using
Hudson
it. Yes.
is using it, exactly.
Product placement.
So these, let's talk about a few figures so that we understand better.
Before the figures, a quick overview about what is concierge. Concierge is our in-house built Gen AI product for employees. It's a Gen AI companion for all of Sanofians around the world. And today, it can help our employees, and I see a lot of beautiful people in white T-shirts here that I'm sure will agree with me, because we'll see the numbers in a minute. It can help with content generation, document summarization, comparison, translations. It's connected to our internal sources. You can get answers to your questions in a second. You can put, pictures, images, videos, PDFs, documents, all in a safe environment, because it's built by Sanofi for Sanofians. And something that is very popular, our agent that helps you book meetings. Everyone loves it. You say, I'm looking for 15 minutes with John next week. It will go into the Outlook calendar, look at the time zone, find the right time, come back to you, and with a button, go back to Outlook, put the Zoom link, the team link, whatever, and schedule the meeting on your behalf.
Oh, wow, that's quite impressive, actually.
And the last one we released 2 months ago that's super popular, Concierge is now connected individually to your emails as an employee. And if you want to know more about Concierge and see a demo, you can come see us at the booth after. Now a couple of numbers. So we launched in October 2024. We've reached 80% of our total workforce in the company, in Sanofi, 80%. We've had today 60,000 returning users that are coming to Concierge every month, every day, every week. We have a 90% positive feedback. If any of you who work on products, internal company products, I've been in this field for 6 years. It's super rare. And it's super humbling and a great recognition for the team behind. We have gone to date to 3.1 million conversations on Concierge between employees and Concierge. 200,000 documents summarized, and a declaration that our users save on average 2.1 hours per week leveraging and using Concierge.
That's quite impressive, actually. And I suppose you said the people are happy. You said 90% of the people, which is a huge number. What do they say exactly? What feedbacks do they give you?
So we have amazing feedback. We've run this survey with a sample 3 weeks ago. As you can see on the screen, 80% of our users and our employees say that Concierge helped them make better decisions. 80% say that Concierge improved their work-life balance. The video we saw about the introduction with Concierge removed the mental charge from me of having, to read documents and write back an email. And I just said, you know yourself, just write an introduction yourself. Mental charge out. And as we said, 2.1 hours, I'm repeating this again, per week on average per employee. But most importantly is the feedback you can read on the slides. And while we were preparing this, so I was thinking before I'm coming to stage, what feedback really struck me.
Yeah, indeed. What surprised you in all the feedback?
A feedback that surprised me, and I wanted to talk about what we have on the screens, but I was thinking about it, and I remember, in a town hall, I told the story. A person reached out in the early days when we did the minimum viable product, the MVP, a couple of months back. He reached out to me personally, and he said, "Hi, I'm an early adopter. I've been using the MVP. This is working. This can be improved, and this is good. But I really wanted to thank you because I have reading disabilities, and actually, I asked Concierge to help me prepare my performance review." Because I'm neurodivergent, and it came back with a good way of saying an easy read, which is something I didn't know existed. And he said, I just wanted to tell you the story and say thank you. And I shared that with the team, and I found, we didn't even know that was possible. And I always say, the limitation of Concierge and Gen AI and AI in general is the limitation of our own imagination.
Wow, that's quite impressive, and I'm sure you were really happy to hear something that you were not expecting, actually. And tell us about the testimonials. You said that it has been built with the teams. Do we have in the room some people who could testify live? And this is not prepared, I tell you this. Who would like to testify? Come up on stage, please, and tell us who you are for everyone.
Hello, my name is Sophie Giraud. I'm working daily in global CMC development, so it's a sub-part of Sanofi in R&D. I'm daily as a learning manager, and since last September, the day just after the official opening of Concierge, I'm using it really daily. Have you ever feel you as if you had superpower?
Superpowers, yeah.
Yeah. You are a Wonder Woman because with Concierge you can reinvent the way you are working. And I have a precise example to share with you. The one as a learning expert, I have to make available and share the experience of our experts internally. And it is often in the format of a long, such as half day, 1 day, a presentation. And this recording is put in our learning management system, so like our library of video. And it is not a convenient format to have one big part like that to discover. So I was working to identify the main topics and create chapters. But you can imagine on half day or 1 day long how many time it needs for me to identify those topics. Now with Concierge, this is very easy. It's 10-minute work. You just grab the script you get from the recording. You are asking, please, can you give me the main topics as a bullet list? Then with 1 or 2 interaction, I have a good list. And then with that, I am just asking, can you give me the timestamp that correspond to these topics? And 10 minutes, it's done.
Wow.
So can you imagine suddenly 1.5 day free to work on more important topics? So that's my experience.
I think that's a very great testimonial. We can give you a great round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. And do we have another testimonial maybe from Sanofi's people?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not wearing a white shirt.
So this is improvised.
But
So who you are? Tell us who you are so that we understand.
I'm the head of HR for Sanofi France.
Okay.
And we do leverage concierge for the experienced user. You know, in HR we have different agreements, different rules, different policy, different processes. And most of the time is the HR point of contact that is used to get the right information in time. Thanks to concierge now, everything is knowledge based. People can directly access to concierge and ask what kind of thing can I get from the company directly from concierge. And obviously it have saved a lot of time to my HR community, but it has also tremendously improve the quality of information the employee can get from the company and the availability of the different system, policy, insight that they can get. So we're happy to have it every day, and we hope we can leverage it more and more in the future.
That's very interesting, even in HR, so it's relieving the other employees. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, great applause. Thank you. That's great.
You know, on a side note, you know, these types of things improvise, even when we're here, employees coming to us, you know, we have our designer, our architect, our data science, our one of our engineers, and we have employees coming and saying, oh, concierge, thank you. This is the best reward for someone that is building a product that you can get. And, you know, these types of messages and, you know, anecdotes are what make us go and want to go faster and further every day for them, because in the end, it's for our patients.
Of course, it really helps to save time into the, let's say, least interesting things and to focus more at the end to the patients. Do we have any other testimonials? I think you want to come. Come on, come and join us. So we have 3 of them. See, I wanted you to come up on stage.
Thanks a lot.
So tell us what you do and who you are.
I'm Cyril Zaidan. I'm working in the regulatory affairs.
Bring a little bit
Okay, regulatory affairs in Sanofi. I use a lot concierge, so thank you, Cyril. We have a lot of documents to summarize, a lot of processes in regulatory affairs, so it's not
really close.
It's not always easy to find what we want, and concierge is really useful for that, because you can do it just prompt, ask your question, and a few seconds later you have the result. So for me it's really a good tool for us. It can help you to do some slide deck slide deck.
Slide decks
Yeah,
as well.
for presentation.
Wow.
So yeah, you have the content. You just have to copy paste your content in the slide deck. So very useful. And I use it. It's not a professional way, but for a personal way. I wanted to go to Como Lake a few months ago, and I used Concierge just to try. And I asked Concierge to organize me a weekend for 3 days at Como Lake with a baby. And he did it. He did it in 2 minutes. And I followed this program, and it was perfect.
And it was
So,
perfect,
yeah.
even for personal life.
He proposed activities, restaurants, everything. So
Fantastic. Great
Thank you.
testimonial. Thank you. Thank you. Great applause to you as well. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for sharing. And this gives me the opportunity to say it again. One of the key success factors of Concierge was that it's our internal AI, and the conversations are between you as a person and the machine. And the conversations are saved locally on your device. So we don't have access to your conversation. So the whole conversation is in whole privacy. You can talk to it about, your psychological distress, your stress today, your personal life, your organizing weekend or whatever. Hence the great numbers we have on work-life balance too.
So that's very interesting what you say, so that this remains personal. Great. You said about the fact that, well, from last year to this year, it has been progressing. Now it's reality. So what's going to happen next? We're actually very curious.
So everyone's excited about this. So now the new buzzword is agents. AI agents, agentic AI everywhere. Actually, the slide we've shown with the capabilities of Concierge, this was built almost 10 months ago now, or 6 months ago. Each of these capabilities in the background were already agents. So we've built those agents already 8 years ago. And now we're going to go into the second step of building true agentic AI. So these agents that are fully autonomous, and get them out of Concierge and can connect Concierge even more to all of the company landscape AI products that you see across, so that our employees have a workspace where they can easily start, spend, continue their day, and actually do their work and save the time to serve our patients in the end.
So we see how useful is AI and obviously Concierge for all the employees. What about the fact that the machine is, we always ask this question about AI replacing human beings. What about that?
So there's a sentence, it's not from me, it's from our Chief Digital Officer, Emmanuel Freinehart, that I love. It says, AI won't replace humans, but humans with AI will replace humans without AI. I'll let you look at this sentence for 3 seconds, because I think it's very mind-opening. And see pictures. Okay, this is more famous than my whole talk. I'm jealous of our Chief Digital Officer. I'll tell him. And with Concierge, what we wanted to do is put you, our employees, our users, at the heart of AI. Sophie, and I think even, so maybe not Adil, but at least 2 of the speakers that were not prepared were actually early adopters. We started with 100 people. And today we've reached close to 90,000 Sanofians that have used Concierge. We started with 100 8 months ago. So we've really built the product with everyone. A lot of them are here today that have helped us shape the product. It removed all the fear that we all have from, oh, is it going to replace our jobs? And I'll finish up with, we have a video after, but I'll finish up with, or maybe I'll leave it for later as a teaser.
As a teaser.
As a teaser.
Just one last question. If everyone in the audience obviously haven't tested Concierge, what would you tell them?
So, if you're external, sorry. If you're a Sanofi employee,
no, you can't say that. You say join Sanofi.
Oh, okay, join Sanofi. Yeah, good one. Thanks for giving me. Join Sanofi to. We're recruiting a lot of. No, I'm kidding. So if you're an employee and haven't used it yet, what I always say is please go on it, book 10 minutes, an hour, and just try. Try anything. And as I said earlier, the limits of AI, Gen AI, and Concierge is the limit of your imagination, my imagination, your imagination. Every day I have users coming in, all the use cases we've heard, I'm like, oh, wouldn't have thought of doing that. So it's great, and we have a community, and they're learning this to each other, which is great.
And you can test it actually over there. So
Yeah,
that's
and
the
if
most
you want
important.
to come see more, I'll show you a teaser of a video. But if you want to see more, you can join us on our booth.
So let's wrap up
Let's
with
hit
that
it.
video.
Concierge might not settle that debate, but for me it's tea.
Well, thank you very much. A great applause to you, Cyril, and to all the team, obviously, and for those sharing those testimonials. Now, do you have any questions in the audience? Yes?
Hey, congrats. Looks like a big success internally. Which capabilities and skills did you actually need in order to build Concierge? And how do you cater for this? How do you build the team?
So excellent question. Now it's time for us to brag. Show of hands, or show me how much, with a hand or two. How much do you think, how much people we had in Sanofi to build Concierge? 5, 4,
Or
5, 7,
can I say
more.
10?
10. So actually we started with 4. We had a product designer, a lead software engineer, a software engineer, and a DevOps. 4 people. Frugality, in startups, brings innovation. We changed the architecture 7 times while being in production and testing. We started piece by piece, and today we're 6, and 7, because we have one person part-time with us. And no one, of course, we build our product on a strong stack, but we actually didn't develop our own LLM. That would be a waste of time. We built an architecture where we could go and fetch the best LLMs that we have on the market. Today, our users don't know it, but behind Concierge, you have 4 LLMs based on your query and the complexity, the price, the token limitations, etc. They don't care about the tech. They just want a good experience.
Any other questions? Yeah? No. You need a microphone.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joanna. What are the LLMs that you choose and why?
So great question. So today, we're mainly working with Anthropic Claude. It's an LLM that is the best on the market for reasoning and coding. And it's one of the partners we have with our AWS platform stack on which we've built our products. And the why is because it's one of the most performant in terms of token limitations, price also. I can't share the price, but what we've done compared to something we would have bought like other big companies is much, much, much cheaper. And the adoption is super, super high.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Cyril. Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask, you said you scaled this from 100 users to 100,000 users in 6 months, 8 months. My question is, what did your feedback loop look like during that scaling? And at any point, did you think that the KPIs were not reflecting what you were looking for, and it's probably a waste of time, and we should stop doing what we are doing?
So great question. And it's a very hard one because, Steve Jobs, we're not comparing ourselves to Steve Jobs, calm down, but I'm saying Steve Jobs always said, people don't know they need an iPhone, but I'm going to bring them a new need, right? So what we've done actually is we had a feedback loop when we started with our early adopters. We had webinars with them, like meetings with them live every 2 weeks, every sprint. We had 100, 130, 200 people come in and say, I tried this works, this doesn't work, I tried this. And I delayed the launch by 2 weeks so that we make sure we have a feedback button on the product so that we can know in which context. Because you always hear, yeah, it's working great, or yeah, it's shit. But if you actually don't know in which context. So we listen to our users. The keyword is listening to our users. And now our early adopters are best ambassadors. And they've pushed the adoption. We have a raise in 20, 30, 40% every 2 weeks in usage that's going up. It's not us saying, you have to use this product. They want to use it because we've built it with them and for them.
Any other question? Yeah? It's going to go.
Yes, it's about the security of data and information. How do you make sure that people access the kind of information that they are allowed to access?
Okay, so you, as I said earlier, half jokingly, if you're external, sorry, you can't use concierge. So obviously, it's for employees. So anyone with a Sanofi email address through SSO, like everything in a company, including externals and partners we work with that have an external extension. How it works: the internal sources that concierge is connected to has access rights. Not everyone can see, all the data and all the information. So we with our APIs, we take the user access from the source. So I'm in France. If I'm asking a question about time off or policy, about paternity leave or whatever, I will get a different answer from someone who's a manager in the US, who has different policies and different questions. So it's a really personalized experience, and the data is only available to those that have it at the source.
Any other question? Yeah? One last one. And then, of course, you stay with us, Cyril, as we can, of course, visit you.
Hello. Can Concierge unite the workflow?
Can you bring it a little closer?
Can Concierge unite the workflow of a few employees in the company, not only one employer like doing some job? And if yes, okay, you can answer.
Can you repeat? What do you mean by unite the workflows?
Yeah, for example, the whole, not only one person can use it, but the whole department can use it to its benefits.
You mean at the same time and see each other's stuff? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. This capability is not available today for privacy reasons, but we're working on something around that note of making it a workspace. But we've actually seen amazing use cases of people sharing prompts with each other and sharing videos of stuff they've done with each other or documents they've generated with the help of Concierge. And it's actually bringing people together, that collective wisdom, that collective intelligence, that peer-to-peer adoption that is working this way. But it's not, we don't have common workspaces where a team can work on at the same time with the same screen on Concierge, if I understood the question. Yeah?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. A great applause to you. Thank you, and congrats to all the team. And of course, we join you over there at Concierge. If we want to test that, don't hesitate to visit Cyril and the team. And don't hesitate also to go and wear some virtual reality glasses so that you can see how the new facilities are really breaking down the time to produce. Sorry, we have a McLaren car, a GT3 that will run. The same car will run at Le Mans on Saturday. And obviously, all the team, we have other manufacturing and supply up to the patients and so on. So thank you very much again, Cyril.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Thanks for
your journey
staying.
here at Sanofi's booth. See you tomorrow for the stage and enjoy at VivaTech. Thank you.